Because, yeah, we ran out of coal in our conveyor line. Which sucks. Sucks big old balls. I mean, in fairness, we are basically generating oxygen flat out at the minute as well, because we're storing all the additional that we've got. So, we are using more power than we were before. Plus that, with the aqua tuners, you know, we're using a lot more power than we were earlier on. But that's fine. That's part of the fun of this game. We now need to adapt and build our next gens. Let's do this with like a 5. It was coal I chose, wasn't it? Yeah. And then you bastard. We'll make you a 6, but not allow manual use. Lovely. We only got one pop-up then to say somebody had mastered their job, but 2 people had. What's that all about? Okay, Mima. Next activity in 40 cycles. 10.9 kilograms a second for 50 seconds. Okay, so we get 500 kilos every cycle and a half. That's not bad. That's not bad, really. How do you get high morale? I can show you, really, buddy. What's affecting our morale? So let's look at Abe. Abe is a duplicant. He's got a 4-shift break, which gives him +3 to morale. He's had a superb meal. We've got washrooms, great halls. He recently danced, and last cycle's decor was nice. Last cycle's decor was nice, superb meal. So yeah, if you're keeping them in your base and you've got them around high decor, you get like superb decor bonus, which is like 16 or something. So Maria's also 100% on her job, and my vision is bad. Oh, hold on. Where's Maria? Oh, she is. You're right. You're right. You're right. Didn't even see that one. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes they don't pop up the same. Anyway, listen, we've hit cycle 500. We're doing okay. I want to do a few more bits tonight before we wrap up. It's like 11:30, but we've got a while yet. I think we might need some more water for this build. I mean, it's just about keeping up by the looks of it. Just about. I'd like more water coming in, but maybe we'll use the water that we get from our natural gas geysers to boost us a little bit. So, where should we do our natural gas generators? Sorry. Where do you reckon we should set those up? What do we think? Cool. Do we want to do them down here somewhere? Or down here? Down here might be cool, actually. Let's dig all this crap out. I like that idea. We'll do them down here. So I want to get rid of all this clutter that's kicking around anyway. Our natural gas is right here, and I need to figure out the piping that's going through this carbon dioxide room before I do anything else anyway, so that's fine. Let's get rid of all of... Yeah, let's get rid of all this shit. Let's get rid of all this. And we'll extend these ladders down. I wasn't going to use these ladders, to be fair. I was going to close off the base down here, but I think just for ease now, whilst we're doing stuff, let's just extend these down so we don't get anyone stuck. In fact, we could even extend them right the way down to here. Just for ease. And we can get rid of all this crap and clutter. Start getting things tidied up a bit more. Which is always nice. I like that feeling of getting a bit of a tidy boundary around the base. Getting everything in a bit more order. Yeah, it's really not smart we using these tiny packets as well. Is there anything I could have done here? Maybe I should have this on a shut-off that only activates once a day, to allow the water to back up a little bit. Then it'll move bigger packets rather than moving little teeny ones. Is your hydrogen from the O2 generation backing up? I think it's more just that the oxygen in this room is getting pumped out a lot more aggressively now. So if we lower this atmo switch, it should sort it. Yeah, I do prefer the double element sensor now. Since Mex has suggested it, it works so much better. The double element sensor. I do prefer it. At first I was a bit like, yeah, but I kind of like being able to adjust the pressure. Now it just works better. It just, credit where it's due, it's a much better setup. Right, let's get our oil put in here. We are going to make a bit of a mess doing this one, but that's fine. 2 element sensors, yeah, Delmain. I'll show you. It's easier just to show you. It works so much more better. So much more better, I just said. Jesus. Building lacks resources too. Incredible. So I like the radiant pipe build. It's a build that I did a long time ago. Ever since radiant pipes came in, it works like a fucking treat. I used to do it with granite pipes, and me and Mex were talking about the other night. Liquid radiators back in the day used to be a thing that we were always advocating. Everybody else was talking about putting hydrogen through pipes, and although it worked, it was slow. Mex used to cover his entire base with granite pipes. His entire base would be covered in them, like super radiant radiator cooling. As soon as radiant pipes came in, I was all over liquid radiators again. But the refinements and the tweaks that we've got, I didn't really look at much, and the new gaseous element sensors make it so much better. They just do. Nice, Mex. Excellent work, Mex. I didn't even know you were still here, mate. I thought you'd gone. Oh, Jesus. Fucking Torello. It's always Torello. Alright, the game takes a little bit longer to load now, guys, but I'm a hungry boy as well. I need to get some eats. Them cookies did not do much. Alright. So I'll just show you the build. I'm quite pleased with the build at the top of the base because it's really clean and crisp. So I've got a totally different seed here for my single player game. And I've got a big old polluted water vent. Alright, now my polluted water vent is giving me 8.5 kilograms a second of water at 30 degrees. It's 35 at the minute because it's in contact with this fucking oil biome, but don't get me started on that. It comes out about 30 degrees, which means I can do loads with it. So this water comes up this big pipe here. I'm using it for my metal refinery. I'm using it for geyser cooling. It goes into this maelstrom of pipes here, and then gets sent into my overpressurized tanks. All right, so I've got overpressurized tanks for all the liquids I'm currently playing with. So here's my polluted water back storage. So I've got a lot of liquid in here, like 47,000 per tile, 45, 53. And then I've got my hot water, which is water that I've cooked up in machines that goes back into here, which I can then purify or use later. I've got shitloads of water, basically. But the reason I'm telling you this water pipe goes up here at 30 odd degrees, 30 odd degrees, 30 odd degrees, okay? And then it hits this radiator here. This radiator is for all my all my machinery at the top of my base, all right? So I've got a different style of base on this one. I've got my machinery and generators and wiring all at the top of the base. All right, which is hot. It's very warm, okay? But in the middle, like a little beautiful green gem, I've got my oxygen build, which is fucking lovely. And it's the cleanest one I think I've ever built in terms of these little things that we were talking about the other day just work really nicely. What did you call them? I called them riffles, you called them something else. What did you call them? What's the engineering term? Somebody help me. But anyway, part of the reason why this works so cleanly is because this pump at the top here will only pump if these 2 element sensors are active. Alright, now I could have done them at different heights, but I chose to just basically have them at the same height so that it ensures that I've sort of got a bar of hydrogen in here. And as you can see, as soon as, you know, this oxygen gets anywhere near the pump, they're toggled off. And it just works beautifully. Like, I really like it. I would recommend it. I'd very much recommend it. It just works much nicer. You have a little filter gate after your sensor, and you can see the automations really very, very simple. Flutes. Oh, there was a different word someone said. Veins. No, it wasn't veins. It was something else. Anyway, again, I've had a bit of a different layout here, so I'm using my polluted water vent to do a lot of cooling. So my water goes into this radiator and comes out of here at like 70 odd degrees. It's cooling my aqua tuners, which I've got up here, that are cooling my liquid for my radiator in here. So weirdly enough, I did use tanks in my build up here, but I didn't really put much thought into them. I didn't really do much with them, but they probably are balancing out the temperature without me thinking. But yeah, that's basically it. 2 element sensors. It works so much better. It's much easier. Baffles. I call them riffles. Anyway, there was something else I was going to show you before. Oh yeah, this is what happened to me. I planted all my bristle blossoms for my Drecos, my glossy boys, and then I went to plant some for my dupes and couldn't because I'd used every seed. So I had to uproot some of my Dreco food so that I could plant some bristle blossoms and start growing them. So this is my little blossom farm for my base in here, which seems to work pretty nicely. It's all well lit and stuff. I think it works fine. But I need to get my seeds online, get some more seeds. Problem is, you only get seeds now when you harvest the crops. If you're not eating them in the raw berry form, you don't get a seed. So if you cook them up, I've not been getting any additional seeds, which sucks. But yeah, this is my offline base, guys. So you'll see very similar playstyle to normal. Only I'm doing derpy things in this. Like I found this ice biome, and I've decided I'm going to preserve the entire ice biome. So I'm feeding these 2 AETNs to keep them happy. And now my ice biome up here is super chill. And I decided to wall off space a little bit and just start cooling down all the biomes around here. Which in turn is starting to cool off, bits and bobs out here, which is kind of cool. And like I've got another AETN down here that's literally doing nothing but cooling down all the carbon dioxide in the area. Because fuck carbon dioxide. Which then goes down here and boils again, so yeah. Anyway, that's my single player world. I'll probably do a little, I don't know, might do a little video showing off some of the things. If I find any interesting builds, I'll show you. But I don't get much time to play single player because I'm streaming so much. You like preserving the biomes? I usually replant wheezeworts once you get more from space. I see. I normally keep a couple of ice biomes. There's one on the right of my base that I'm going to keep in that one. I like to keep a couple because you get the natural food. So I normally try and find the nearest ice biome to my base with the most sleet wheat seeds. That's the one that I preserve, and all the others I rip out so that my farmers aren't running miles or whatever. Right, let's get back in this. I want to do a couple more things. What is it, 20 to midnight? We're streaming a bit longer yet. I've had a coffee now, so I'm feeling better. Ow. Can you remake ice tiles somehow to build ice biomes yourself? You can, Azenris. You can freeze water into solid ice tiles, but you need to freeze a body of water. So it needs to be larger than half the mass of the tile. I think for ice, let me just see if I can find out exactly. So you'd need to go above like 360 kilos. If you had more than 360 kilos of water in a tile and froze it, it would turn into a... Oh no, it would be double. Oh shit. I'm not sure. I remember with magma, although a magma tile was like 1800 kilos, if you went to 1750 with magma, it turned into a solid tile. But with ice, I think it's about half the mass. Something like that. It's not the full mass of a tile. It's like, if it's 780 odd kilos, you probably need to freeze like 360 or something. It's something like that. But yeah, you can make full tiles. You just need to freeze a large body of liquid, and you need to freeze it quickly. That is the way to do it. Yeah, I remember when we were doing builds using regolith boilers, I was interested in at what point magma stopped dropping as little debris-style igneous rock, and when it became a solid tile. And I think it was like 1,500 or 1,660 or something. It's a weird number. A very strange number. Right, so yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of digging out and stuff whilst we're tidying up. And yeah, I think we're going to do our power natural gas gens down here. So we can get rid of a lot of this crap now. Maybe you could preserve eggs by freezing them in a solid ice tile. Ooh, pseudo, that is interesting. Do you reckon that'd work? I wonder what happens when they're entombed. I wonder what happens when it's entombed. We could try it. We could try it, I suppose. For science and all that. I think buried stuff doesn't break down, not certain. I don't know. Like if you entomb a hatch, for example. Hold on. If you entomb a hatch, for example, it carries on aging. It doesn't go into stasis just 'cause it's entombed. Oh, that's an interesting one. That one, I'm not sure. Right then. So when does this next become active? 42 cycles. Alright, we need to probably think about doing something with this. Now what do we want from this? Do we want the gold or do we want the heat? Or which do we want first, rather? It's probably the better question. Let's do a little... let's do a little bit of this. Enrage, how are you? How's it going? Muckroot doesn't decay whilst buried, so I'm not sure. Muckroot doesn't decay at all. Muckroot lasts forever. Doesn't decay. You don't need to store it or anything. It's muckroot. Have you spoken to the fellow in Rage? Following the I don't really want to refer to it in case it causes some discomfort. We'll say it was a Subnautica related incident. Have you spoken to the man yet? What am I doing? And then we'll just get rid of you. This biome's really melting up here. I'm probably just going to take all this out. Get all these weezeworts and stuff. This is just going to become a big pool of piss water, so we'll get rid of it. Nice. Yeah, I think one of the last things I was saying before we jump saves, I'm not sure whether we should back this up so it's running larger packets. I mean, we could just literally toggle our sieve off. If our sieve's disabled, it doesn't just pass the water through, does it? It should back up, shouldn't it? Let's test it. Let's test it. Clock sensor. So obviously these tiny little mini packets are no good. I'd rather have like 5 kilo packets or something, you know? Have I asked for loads of priority 9 stuff or something? I've asked for a lot of priority 8 stuff. Why is nothing getting done? I'm barking priority 9 orders at them and it's not getting done. Well, it is getting done, but not immediately. And that makes me sad. Okay, so activation time. So let's see, the water's going to be generated throughout the day, isn't it? I think we just do this like once a day, for argument's sake. And all these little packets can pool up, can't they? Our plants might start starving to begin with, but then should get a nice big hit of water tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I'm going to need to build a couple of tiles here to catch any excess liquid. So I'm doing this a little bit differently. I don't know if it's going to work the same if I've got both sides open. Maybe I should put the mesh tile up, actually. I need to figure out where all these pipes are going to go before I do much else as well. I think I might need to move this chlorine one entirely out of the way. Drop it down a few tiles. So... yeah, let's move this chlorine pipe. And we'll move him to there. That should be fine. Might want to move this natural gas one out as well. I just want to get this prepared and ready, and then I'll have my pumps ready to pump out as well, which are probably not even wired up properly at the minute, I don't think. Oh, they're wired on a babby wire, that's fine. The beauty of this, by the way, because I've run this heavy watt wire down here, we're ready to connect our natural gas gens straight up to the heavy watt wire as well, which is obviously going to be a nice convenience. That'll be a good one. I might leave like a 2 wide walkway through here or something, and then just build a big old natural gas room here. 2 on each side, 1 on each side. I think that could be nice. So that pipe's now actually empty, which is awesome. So I'm going to rip that out now, because I want it gone. Big old messy bitch this, isn't it? Big old messy bitch. Right. Yeah, we're sat on like a 1.5 tons of natural gas per tile, so I think we can build quite a large natural gas plant. I don't know how much we're actually generating through all of our geysers. I've not actually calculated it at all. Like, I've not factored in dormancy or anything like that, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I kind of need to figure that out as well. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm starting to lose my mind. Okay. You're going to go like that. You're going to bridge down here. And then you're going to bridge into there. Lifegrow, you just tested bone egg, stops it incubating, but doesn't reduce viability. It works. Are you sure? Oh. Are you sure? Like, how long did you look at it for before we get too excited? Stops incubating but doesn't reduce viability. So you could actually put some eggs on deep freeze. Oh, that is a project, isn't it? Oh, that sounds fun. We might have to do that. That sounds like it could be very fun. The only problem is, how the fuck do you flash freeze them before they... Oh, you need a lot of cooling. Oh, that sounds like a very fun thing to do. I reckon we could do that. 2 cycles in incubation was only 0.01%. That's very interesting. That is very interesting, because I've been bitching and whining that we can't put things on ice, and if you can now all of a sudden, that sounds incredible. Not Rowan. What have you done? Not Rowan can't do that. Can he do this? Yeah, we can. Farmer T-Man. Lovely. This is the version with super cooling in it. It is azimuth, yeah, we've just not got that far yet. We've not even been to space. We've literally not stepped foot on the space biome yet, so... Or surface biome, if you like. Full disclosure, I buried it in sand, but I'm 99% certain the material won't matter. Interesting. Interesting. What about burying it in 1800 degree... or 1600 degree igneous rock? What about that? How will that fare? Shit. That is interesting though. That's good. Some good thinking there, but you theory crafted the balls out of that one. Alright. This might be a pain in the ass to do this one. I might just end up putting like one pump in here. Because I need to be able to get my my gas out. I could put 2 pumps in and put them on the ground. But I need to move this pipe. Alright, it can be done. It can be done. I believe it can be done. Let's get rid of you. Ah, son of a bitch. Dave crafting a mega build is all I do in most games like this. My casual playtime to debug ratio is like 1 to 10. Jesus. Don't let debug rule your gaming experience though, buddy. It really, like, take it from me. Spend too much time in debug, you'll start hating the game. Because you see all the little cracks. And you start not seeing any of the charm. Like, take it from someone who's done it. Like, a lot. Don't get too caught up in debug. What the fuck am I trying to do here? What am I doing? I want to get to this water. Water. It's very interesting. The question now is how do you entomb and unentomb quickly and conveniently? I think it's the sort of thing that you'd only do if you managed to kill off all your critters. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you killed off all your critters at that point, you've got the failsafe, you've got the backup, you've got the, you know, the seed bunker in Switzerland or whatever it is under a mountain. That's what I was thinking. You've got the seed reserve. Cats, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How the devil goes it? I've killed too many hatches. I've killed too many hatches. I don't have any young guns. Stay still, you bastard. You bastard. 24, you'll do. You will do. Stay still, game. Let's just incubate some. Honestly, why not? We have many, many eggs. I mean, a lot of them are being slowly turned to omelettes in our oil biome, obviously. Which are no doubt going to rot and then troll me. Oh, we just came down here to see an egg hatch. Son of a bitch. We're going to have a polluted oxygen outbreak if we don't get all this stuff collected. Oh, tiny friend! Hello. Hello. They're being sous vide, yes. You know, what's that, sorry? In Norway. Norway? Is that where, oh, is that where the seed reserves are? The nuclear war ones. The auto digger could be used to uncover it, not sure it can be automated. Why are you guys overcomplicating something? In what world do you need it to be quickly and conveniently dug out? Like, you just build a room, put a door on it, pass some cold liquid through it forever, until you want it. Why are you overcomplicating things? For me, it's more how do you freeze it before they hatch? Dropping sand on them might be the easiest way. And sand is easy to make. That might be the way to do it. Because we must. I see. We'll only have simple robots soon. I had hoped that the mining robot was going to be mobile. I really hoped it was going to be mobile, and you could set a little area to mine, or you could designate its stopping point or its checkpoint area that had a certain range. You know what I mean, like a charging station or something. I had really hoped that that's what the mining robot was going to be. And honestly, I was a little bit saddened when we got what we got. But I'm sure it's the beginning. I'm sure there might be more coming. Because otherwise, I'll be a very sad boy. I'll be a very sad boy. How did this work, by the way? Does this actually work? I want to be a little bit longer. Let's make sure we get it all processed. That's not bad. I mean, we've got a reasonable amount in a cycle. I mean, these are probably all out of water at the minute, but soon. Okay. Lovely. Oh, it's so chill in here as well. I like it. So let's see how far this water goes. And see whether we get a bit of water to everything. Okay. Okay, now the test is to see whether we've got enough, whether we've got anything left at this time tomorrow. Because that's all of our water. That's all our water gone. In fact, it's not. We had plenty left. Huh. Let's make it like 30% of the cycle or something. Maybe that'll clear it all. With all the food you have, you can make a little prison area for a bunch of new jobless dupes to generate power. A confined space to limit pathing, and you only need to feed them. Pseudocube, you monster! I can do that. Anyone could do that. I mean, anyone could build a prison. I once did a base that was 2 separate colonies altogether. You had the luxury boys, and then you had the misery boys. The misery boys, all they did was literally work on bikes and generate vomit and piss. That was back in the vomit comet days, when we needed more water. More polluted oxygen and more water. But you're the monster, not me, because you want me to do it now! Jesus. Oh shit, I love your idea. What, the little civvy idea? Yeah, seems to work. Seems to work. It just means that we get a backup of liquid. Otherwise we end up moving like a gram of fucking water through our sieve, do you know what I mean? Nice, Terrella. Oh, sorry, you were talking about Pseudo's idea. Sorry, I'd love to claim it, but I picked up the idea ages ago. There were some builds on the forums. Yeah, I was probably one of those builds, Pseudo. I did like 2 separate colonies side by side. Yeah. We had the prison boys, and then we had the luxury boys. For God's sake, give me some oil. Oh, shit. How can we get oil if we've not got a pitcher pump? Yadangus. We need an pitcher pump. Put that off ceramic. Why not? Amadangus. Oh, it's a hatch. The locked-in dupes. The locked-in dupes and cubes for power time. Oh, with like airlocks, you mean, Max? What the way that a lot of people did it was just made little satellite little rooms that had, you know, a couple of bits in it. Pop Lotto, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A lot of people did it with like a bedroom with a fridge in it, and you used to be able to put stuff through tiles diagonally. So you'd have like, if this corner wasn't there, a dupe could stand here and put stuff in a compactor that was there. So you'd have like a little walkway underneath, and people would deliver food to them. It's good shit. I just love dicking about that sort of stuff. It's good shit. Alright. I'm gonna... Let's see. We do have a bridge here, so we can keep collecting our natural gas. I'm gonna move this pipe slightly, I think. So that I can get... Shit a dick. I'd like to be able to get 2 pipes out of here. But if I put my pumps in, I'm kind of boned. So it's going to trigger me a little bit, but I need to do that as well. In fact, excuse me, I'm very burpy. I think my stomach's just empty. And then we'll get rid of you. Strip that out. So what I'm going to want to do, we'll feed you into here. We'll run you out of there. We'll bridge you into there. The hoop, or maybe down there, I don't know yet. In fact, don't do that. And then this one can come out here. And then we'll have one to go to this side, one to go to this side. I think that works. It's not going to look the best, but it's going to sort of have to be done. So you can go to there, and then we'll put our pumps in at the ground level, and it shouldn't really matter. So you're going to go over here, you're going to go over... You're going to go here somewhere. Kind of want to get this finished so that we can carry on collecting our chlorine. Bang. And then we will have some gas pumps in here. Cool. Lovely, lovely. And we'll need to give these a separate wire as well, because I've foolishly used a fucking derpy wire for this, and I can't get back in here now. It's going to be a nightmare. So I might just connect them up to this. That'll be a full circuit then as well. Pretty much. So let's give them an Atmos sensor. Like so. Let's give them some wire. Yep. And let's figure out how the piping's going to get out for this bastard as well.